If only you've been taught rightly. It's because you've been taught wrongly. That's why we think that we are not complete. But we are complete. We are enough. We can develop with our language. We can develop with our culture. We can develop with our knowledge. We can develop. Everybody starts somewhere. You start from with what you have, and you can develop with it. It's a lie for anybody to tell you that yours is not enough. You can't go anywhere. It's a lie. All that you need is the confidence that you need to have in what you have, and be proud of it and build with it. Every language, because I think the people who really need what we teach are the ones that may not have full, grip of this English language. So, anyway, so this one is specifically designed for people who say, they don't understand language. So, if you happen to be on this platform and you don't speak P, especially, not so much Ghanaians, but other Africans, those in Nigeria, Benin, Togo, Burkina Faso, those in China, Ghanaians in Jamaica, or Africans in Jamaica, in America, in England, everywhere, in Tanzania, in Zambia. Some people watch us in Zambia, they send us message, South Africa, Nigeria, so once a while, the balance is not, the P is still the main language that we are using on this platform, but once a while we go somewhere and they will say that speak English. So Brofuna and Sasem and Rebecca. Wow, join the P, there's no need to join. You don't have to join. This one is designed for people who continually say that they don't speak P. Ghanaians, maybe who come from other regions that they didn't grow up, having control over P, and maybe they want to say that they are British and things like that. You can join and learn, because what we share is liberating. What we share is liberating, and so if you speak P, there's no need for you to join the seminar, unless you so really want to join. Each and every one of our seminars is unique, is different. The teachings are different, the dynamics are different, the energy is different, the date is different, the time is different, the emotions are different. Even if it's the same topic, I keep listening to some teachings hundreds of times, the same teaching, but I keep listening to them, because anytime I listen to them, I hear different things. So maybe you've been joining this seminar and you have seen your life take different, quality shape, quality form. Now you are more relaxed. Now you are in charge of your finances. You're happy. You're fulfilled. You are very much, confident of the path that your life is taking. You can always join some of these seminars that we organize. But really, this one is designed for people who say that they don't speak P. So you can share the link with people who, you work with somebody wherever you are, and you introduce some of our materials to them, some of our books, some of our videos, and they continually say that they want the English version. This is an online seminar for those who say they don't speak P, or those who don't speak P, and who, this one is for them. So it depends on the participation. If it goes well, then we may once in a while do that, but our main language on this platform is P. And once in a while, come maybe a bit but in himself, there is a complexity for Africans. There are complexities for Africans, and there's no African country that you go that you see that only one African language is dominant there. There is another side. If you go to Benin, there's French. If you go to Togo, if you go to Nigeria, there's English, and then hundreds of African languages. And we have refused to develop our own languages to educate our people. And so when you go to every African country, you'll still see the many people who don't speak English, or who don't speak some of these other languages that they left to us. They don't speak it. And therefore, we teach them. We have to teach, and not many people will even go to school and complete, let's say, secondary level education. So many of our people are left in a world where not much information is being shared. And that's the reason we continue to teach in our language, so that, because really, the people who are very much appreciative and doing something with what we teach. Many of them are not the ones who are speaking a lot of English with suit and tie, telling us all that. Because the moment you come with the English, then you come with the English culture as well. So, a lot of our colleagues who completed universities, PhD, working with these multinationals, they really don't have the formula to save the masses who are struggling financially or with their lives. They really don't, because even the language that they are speaking, there are a lot of our people don't hear it. So your friend who works in a bank as a director, he really does not have the key to change the finances of my grandmother who is a farmer, or my sister who sells on the market. And so we who have gone through this our environment, and the other thing is that even if they speak the language, their experiences, the very things that will equip the people to do well, they really don't have grip of it. That's why we teach what we teach in our language. And I think that other Africans can pick the same. If you have found a model that is working, don't just speak the English or the French or something, but bring it to the mother tongue so that a lot of our people can understand. Once in a while, we can use this language. And I think that we should use the language as if Chinese is using French or English. It shouldn't be a language that we're so much comfortable speaking and proud and say that is our official language. And when you go, sometimes now I find it difficult to see that a Ghanaian speaks P and we are discussing something and they want to speak English. It's tough for me now. Really, it's tough. Because if you want to see change, if you want to see progress, growth, it has to start with the language, and it has to start with the content of what we are teaching. It has to start with the acceptance of who we are and what we have. So we are in a complexity where we are forced to speak a language, and we've been speaking it for the status quo. But real change will come from the situation where many of our people understand what is being taught in the language that they have. When people are not taught in their traditions and culture, in their identity, there's not much transformation that you can experience. And that is true. If you want to control people, take them from their culture, their traditions, their heritage, and you will control them forever. If you want to build people, teach them in the language that they understand, in the culture that they live in the traditions that they grew up with, in the heritage that they have, and you see total transformation. So when we see our people speak English, the progress will be cosmetic, actually. It will be facade. It's just something that we see, that we write about. But the rare work, the rare ownership, the rare creation of prosperity will come from the people who believe who they are and who have strength to fight. And I can tell you that the more I meet my friends who are speaking English and working for some of these guys, they don't have the strength to build anything. They don't have any strength to build anything. Tell me how many of your friends who are speaking English with suit and tie they have been able to build any business without anybody supporting them, without any international investor or bank or government or something. How many? Not many. Why? Because the strength that you need to build is different from you just speaking English. You see, these Europeans and Americans, their standard is because you see the structures that they have built. It helps them. We don't have these structures. So if we continue to use their model to progress, many of our people will be left behind. Many of our people will be left behind. But if you want to lift, and that's my desire. My desire is not to focus on the 1% that is rich, but the masses that must be equipped to create their own destinies. And that's why we speak to you. So by this time around, we are doing one in English so that the Yoruba man can understand it. The one from Kenya can understand it. The one in America can understand it. The one in Nicaragua, I can understand it. Those who don't speak our language. But I know that in Ghana, many of us speak the P. And so this platform is built to bring, some bit of knowledge to the many of our people. So whether you are Ewe, you are Dagomba, you are, Kusasi, Frafra, you are whatever that you are. But the Akam family is about 50% of our population or more. The language itself has about 80% penetration rate in our country, so which means that many people understand the language that we speak, and that is the essence. We're not trying to compete with English-speaking platforms. No, we are just trying to say that how do we lift many of our people from some of these, things that we see, the quagmires that we find ourselves in. But we still have the duty to make sure that a larger part of our family once in a while has some bit of understanding of what we are teaching. So it's not just the language. The language comes with a specific system and culture. And so I can speak the language, but if you're in Nigeria, for instance, you have to understand the economic structure in Nigeria, how things are done in Nigeria. If you're in Kenya, for instance, I can speak this language, but the examples. That's why you continue to read a lot of these foreign books and foreign knowledge, and you see the way we teach things in our universities. That's why when they come out, they can't do anything. They can't do anything because the medium is wrong and the understanding of the culture and the systems that produce results don't exist. So we have to really give ourselves different kind of education. If you have to start with nothing and you have to build something ourselves. So I'm not really happy and obsessed with building a platform where you're speaking English and they're calling you everywhere to speak and you're speaking English and many of your people are left behind. I'm not proud of that. I'm very much happy to hear that Kwesi Mensah has been able to build a business even though he can't read his name, he can't write his name in English. He can't speak any word in English, which is fine, but he's been able to build a business. He has a farm that he has employed people. He has a business that he has been able to employ people. Because the intelligence to build business is not in books. It's not in English. A lot of our people who are speaking English, dress well, they are just representing other people's businesses. That's it. And something that fascinates me is when they think that they understand business and they want to teach us. When they are employed on somebody's place. A lot of these financial people who are being paid, when they meet you who have been able to create a business and you are paying people, they think that they have to teach you how to run your business. It's always amazing. So if you know so much, why have you not built it yourself? So really, the language makes you cocky and makes you think that you are wiser than all of us. So it's unfortunate, but this seminar is in English. So if you speak English and you think what we're doing is important, you can join us. I've shared the link there. You can send us WhatsApp message, and you can also pay directly on Paystack and get the link. When you pay, you get the link there. But we should be proud of ourselves speaking one of our languages. We should be very proud of ourselves because the confidence that the people have, the confidence that they have is what they are creating their future with. If the people are not confident in who they are and what they have and their heritage, they are not creating any future. So you can see Ghanaians speak a lot of English, but what future are they creating? That's why they have 100,000 cities here, and they want to use it to get a visa and get out because there's no confidence in them and in their own country. Why? Because of their miseducation. Because they don't have quality information as to how to succeed in their own country. They went to university, they spoke a lot of English to them, they gave them a lot of international examples, what they call international. And the sad thing is that the so-called international examples, they are not quoting us. But we continue to, belabor ourselves to say that, we want to go international and global, we are inclusion. Just the other day, did you see, they have moved white South Africans, we call them refugees, but they are repatriating a lot of people who are like you or Indians or Chinese from the same country. Meanwhile, you see? So you have to have deeper understanding of things and stop being that we are very much inclusive, we welcome everybody, they don't welcome you. So learn well. That is, the problem is that what you were taught, the education that you were given, has made you to be accepting of everybody but you, and not to be confident in standing for your people and standing for yourself. Ghanaians don't stand for their own. They stand for everybody but their own. Why? Because they are not confident in their own. And so when you go to any panel that they are discussing anything, look at the Ghanaians. They will speak for everybody. And when it comes to their own, they are just trying to be, intelligent to give. Stand up and speak for yourself. Stand for something and stand for your people. So, my name is Obeng Darko. So, they are forcing us to, speak. I wish we could just speak our language, write in our language, educate a lot of our people. What matters is what we are producing, what we're doing, what we're building. It's not in the language. It's not in the language at all. So if you're the kind who is always speaking English and you are very much happy with your suit, with your tie, with your weave on, and you want to say that you are classy, you are not. Because when it goes to higher level, it's about wealth. It's about money. It's not about job or professional career. It's about wealth. Who controls which wealth? That's all it's about. And do you have enough information to create that wealth yourself? Do you have enough confidence to create that wealth yourself? Do you understand how that wealth is even created in your own country? You are looking for investors. So you read a lot of these books and they have told you that when you want to start a business, you need investors. So you've been looking for investors for 5 years. No investor is showing up, and you still continue to believe that because you have no other information. And therefore you struggle. You'll not be able to build anything. But there's information here. There's a model that is here that if you continue to use that model, you'll be successful. If you continue to use that model, if you continue to use that model, you will be hugely successful. And that is so right. It's so right. And so that's what we've been trying to struggle. We've been trying to build models that work for many of our people. So for instance, they have told you that for you to build a business, you need capital, you need a business plan. My cousin didn't go to school. Who is going to give him business plan? How is he going to write business plan? How is he going to get capital to start? Who believes in him? He has no mother, no father. He lives in the village. And you're telling this person that the best way to start a business is to have a business plan and go for capital. He will not do anything. But that is not a model that works here. That's not a model that works here. The model that works here is that you have what it takes to start from where you are with the little that you have. That is the model. And the best business plan is you trying to put what you have known into practice. That's the plan. Ask a lot of these people that we celebrate, the people that we celebrate, a lot of these rich people that we celebrate in our country. Ask them their first business, which business plan they wrote, and who gave them capital. Go and ask them. Mention their names. You know them. A lot of them don't even speak English. But they've been in business for 40 years. They have done almost every business. They have gone through the struggles, pain, challenges, and out of that, they've been able to build serious empires. A lot of the people who own a lot of wealth in our country, they did not write any business plan. Nobody gave them any capital. Give me one example. The other ones who are telling you, we want investors, we want that, we know what happens. So our system is different. Our system is different. And that is the information that we don't have. So they continue to teach us a lot of things that when you come out of university, you can use it. They continue to organize seminars to push a lot of these things for you. When you come out of those seminars, you can't do anything. You still be waiting for somebody to help you to start. They teach you to be dependent. We tell you that you are self-reliant. You are okay to start and fail and be tough and fight for the journey. That is the reality that we have. So if you don't, and many of our people are in that category. Very few people have parents who can give them 100,000 cedis to start a business. You will not get more than 1%. Even if they have it, will they give you? And so if you're waiting for somebody to give you 100,000, 200,000, $1 million to start a business, you will wait forever. You'll be nothing. And so that model does not work. What works is that, Jack, get up, go and get something to sell and protect the money. Continue to work. Don't cry. Be happy when you make any progress. And you turn back. If you build on character, on honesty, and you continue to study, you will succeed. And that's the model that we have used. And so we cannot teach what they continue to teach, which is not getting us the results. So whenever you are listening to something, look at the outlook of the people teaching. Some of our people will come from England, America, and come and tell us how they built business. They came. Some of them have gone to a lot of these top universities. They come. Some of them have money from all kind of sources. They come, they try it. Many of us, we don't have that. We don't have that. And that's not the story that we are pushing. The story that we are pushing is that guy does not speak the language that you're speaking. These big derivatives and return on investment and IPO, many of our people don't have that. It's okay if you are targeting that. Target that, but that will not bring the revolution that we are looking for. The reason Nigeria is wealthy, but a lot of people are left behind in Nigeria, is because Nigeria's model is built on the school. They are teaching MBA to the ordinary guy in the village how to start a business with MBA content. It doesn't work. So the guy in Kenya is the same, especially when they go to university. you know, especially when they go to university. Their minds become something different. So they don't know how to be resourceful and start something. So join the seminar. If you say that you don't understand, if you say that you don't understand P, you don't speak P, join it. But if you understand P and you can speak P, there's no need to join this. You can always join the P one, which is the main one. This is not the main one. Once in a while we can do English, but really our strategy, our plan, our focus is to bring transformation from the ground level. So if we have 100,000 of our people running business that are doing $1 million a year, we have achieved our aim. And if you can get 1 million of us to do that, which we can, and that will come from the language that we're speaking. The most popular radio stations in our country don't speak English. When they're doing elections, you see the language that they speak. When they want to get to the masses, the popular ones, they don't speak English. When you want to disseminate the information to the people, you don't speak English. You speak the language that they know, and I'm sure that is the same in every African country. There's 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 popular languages that the people must be taught in. Finance, business, self-development, systems, very critical tools for life. The people must be taught those things in the language that they know. Then there will be transformation. But if you continue to teach a lot of this shallowness in English, the people will grow. You look at them like they're human beings because they have certificate from the university. But the tools that a human being must have to develop and to build by themselves, they won't have. If you meet a carpenter, the carpenter has been trained. That's why he can produce the furniture. You as a human being, you must be trained so you can produce life that you want. And many of us are ill-equipped, ill-trained to produce that life that we so desire. And so the desire without any carpentry training, any tutorials, you can desire so much to produce table, you will not still be able to produce it because you don't have the right skills, the right training, the right tools. The same with life. If you don't have the right tools for life, you will fumble, you will not be successful, it will be lack. And so many of our people are not tooled well. That's why everything has become superstitious. Everything has become, spirit. Because the tools that our people need to have the clear thinking that we need to live life and organize our lives. Organize our lives, our finances, our family, our health, even commit to producing something with our talent, develop ourselves. That kind of information is not prevalent in our society. And so we cannot teach those things in English that many of our people cannot even understand. That's why we teach in our language. At least I speak P. And I know that Ghana, at least many people speak P. So when you don't speak P and you understand, when you are not, let's say you are not Akan, and you understand it, don't be offended. Don't say that we should promote English. No, because in that case, you're being selfish. Because many of the people don't get it. So it's not the English that will cut it. It's the language that they understand. The examples that are very much close to them. And so our position, our vision is entirely different. You can be seeing them, the English and the trained people, the people who are, this organization is organized a symposium. You go there, they are speaking a lot of English there. This organization, they don't bring any transformation. I can tell you that. Because we should be having the resource. A lot of these churches are speaking in English everywhere. Where is the resource? But if you bring a lot of these to the language that the people speak, you don't need to pray for them. They will change their finances. Their thinking will be correct. They will have clarity of thought. And they will make right decisions. And once they start to have clarity of thought, focus, right decisions, their life will change. You don't have to pray for them. Because many of them are praying for money anyway. But they don't have the base knowledge to organize their finances. So we bring this knowledge to you so that at least, and if you speak other language and we teach this in English, when you go home, teach them in the language that the people know. Speak that. We are Africans, we are not Caucasians, we are not British. So the key things to have to organize your life. That's why there are a lot of people are making very, very, very serious lapses in their decision making. If you go to any country that people have 30,000, 40,000 trying to get visa, and a lot, if you do studies on how many people lose money, trying to get a connection man. If you do studies, if you have 100 people with $20,000 trying to get visa, I can tell you that then 90% of them will lose that money. That is how much wealth that you are losing. It's because the people think that to do well in here, to do well with your lives, they must get a visa. To do well with their life, they must go to a malam, or they must go to some prophet. This information we must teach our people, and you cannot teach them in English because many of them will not have appreciation for that language, and the pride of us teaching in our language is also key. It does something to our minds. So, but this seminar is in English, so we will try to speak it with some bit of mixed feelings. You cannot continue to use their language. They came to mutilate you, and you still want to be very proud, happy to speak their language, and you speak it, and you do look back, and you're not building anything. You're not producing results. You're not building wealth. You're not building factories. You're not creating businesses. You're not trading. Everywhere in this world, wherever there is prosperity, is coming from business, from trading, from investment. So if your people are not fully engaged in that, and you're looking for somebody to pay them salary, you're creating prosperity in average people. And so the information to equip the people to create employment themselves, build institutions, companies, that information is what we need for the development of our country. Okay, so you can tell your friend from Nicaragua that they can join us. You can tell your friend from wherever, especially those that are not Ghanaians, that this one is in English. But really, our base is in P, and that's what we do. And it really does not matter. You can go anywhere in any institution. It's not about the language that they are speaking so eloquently, but the results that you're getting from the people, the switch of mind, the changing in their finances, the improvement in their investment, the improvement in their finances. Those are the things that will, say a big message, right? That there is results in what you're teaching. And what is the essence of you teaching something when there's no results to prove what you've been teaching? There should be evidence of the quality of things that you're teaching them. So if you continue to pack them 4 years in a university and they come out and they're looking for a job and they are hopeless, you're not doing a good job. You must say that the content is wrong. What we are teaching is not building their confidence. It's not opening their eyes to see the opportunities that are around them. Because you're giving them examples that they cannot relate with. You're using a language that does not spark any fire in them. When we were in the university, when we went for joint service, they'll be singing a lot of these English songs. You see people will be standing there. But when they turn it to Wosom Wom, you see everybody will jump and be dancing. That is the people. You cannot change. Listen, a bird is a bird. The tiger is a tiger. That's their nature. It's part of them. So don't try to say that you are civilizing them, but trying to taint their identity. In that case, you break their confidence, and you break their focus, and you break their future. So you can join us. So the number is there, 0246631874, or you can see the link there. You can go. The link takes you directly to a platform. You can pay, and then it sends you what you can use to join in on Sunday. So the seminar is on Sunday, 8 p.m. Ghana time. And we expect many people to join. 8 p.m. Ghana time, and we expect many people to join. And those of you who've been complaining that we should speak English, we want to hear from you. Where are you? That you don't speak G, you don't understand G, and this is it. Some people, no matter what you do, when you answer the same thing, they will shift their position. So really, what I've seen is that it's not so much about this is what you have to do. It's so much that they just want to say something. It's just like somebody saying that, you need capital to start a business. You give them capital, and they tell you that, it's not capital, it's something else. Because they are not decided, they are not confident, they're not ready to produce results from where they are and what they have. So I want to say thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is an impromptu one. It's an impromptu one, but really, I think the governments in Africa must raise their languages above the languages that they've been pushing on us, so that many of our people can understand and build something. That's what every serious country is doing anyway. You cannot put down yours. You cannot always put yours down and raise other people's. Can you imagine China saying that the Chinese language is not important and they should be teaching their people English and French because they want to go international? That's what they've been telling the Africans. That yours doesn't go anywhere. So use the other one. It's a tool to cripple you. Don't you know it? But that people will not, It's a tool to make you, diminished and always not enough. And your language is not enough. Your name is not enough. Your religion is not. Everything about the African is not enough. And that's why the African is always looking for help. That's why the African is always running away from where he comes from. Where he can be successful, he's always running away from there. Why? Because he's been told that whatever he has is not enough. And almost every African that you meet, you can find that in them. They're always looking for somebody else to validate what they have and accept what they have, and welcome them and give them help or position. So it's either they are waiting for God to help them, government to help them, the white man to help them. That's all. Meet any African. I'm looking for an investor, and the investor would have to be white, a white man. When we were children, we were a pamper, and even though preachers who are looking for somebody to come and build a temple for them, and because it's programming. But the truth is that you are enough if only you've been taught rightly. It's because you've been taught wrongly. That's why we think that we are not complete. But we are complete. We are enough. We can develop with our language. We can develop with our culture. We can develop with our knowledge. We can develop. Everybody starts somewhere. You start from what you have, and you can develop with it. It's a lie for anybody to tell you that yours is not enough. You can't go anywhere. It's a lie. All that you need is the confidence that you need to have in what you have, and be proud of it and build with it. Every one of us is enough. You don't need to go to school to learn English language before you can think rightly. Whatever that you have is enough. Build with it. Build with it. And that is the psyche that we need to develop. And so don't come here and be telling us English. It means that you don't believe that what we have is enough. That we need confident men to bring change to our society. We don't need followers. We need confident people, leaders who think that we are complete enough to build with what we have.